All right, I think we are kind of live. You were saying you can mute
Oh,
yourself.
we're live?
Yes,
Okay, we're good.
you can mute yourself. I'm sorry, you said 1 second right as I.
No, you're fine. I wasn't doing anything. Well, I was doing something, but not important. I can stop it.
I mean, you can do
Okay.
it while I try to get the game to stream.
No, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready.
All right, so what the heck is going on? Why is it not? It's kind of weird that it's not like loading for some reason. There we go. Do you see it?
You're not sharing the stream yet.
Hold on, I will. Ah,
I'm already. God damn it. Got cigarettes. I've got soda. I am ready.
I am trying to get on Discord right now. Hold on.
Are we still live?
There we go. I'm on Discord. I can share my screen. For some reason, it's not showing Elden Ring.
Oh no! Boomer. Boomerang it.
Yep, boomer moments. Having a boomer moment right now.
By the way, did you get that? Were you able to work on that thing, or did it not go well?
It didn't go well, like, at all.
Okay.
Hold on.
I wish I was savvy enough to do that myself, but I'm just not.
It'll take me a while if I do it.
All right. Well, maybe we can figure out somebody else who knows how to do that stuff fast, because I think that would be a pretty good meme.
Okay, now I can actually share it. Hey, do you see it now?
Yeah, 1 second. It has to load. Click. Come on. There it is. Sounds a little loud.
It's gonna come down soon.
Do you know if this game has much plot or anything yet?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It doesn't have that much plot, but it does have like it's linear.
What I mean is, like, are there going to be lots of situations where we have to stop and wait for people to talk in the video game?
Yeah, we'll be able to talk. Alright. Let's continue where we left off. By the way, I made a very ugly character, just so you know. So don't be surprised. Okay.
Have you introduced?
Have we did what?
Are we going to introduce ourselves?
Yes, I'm Zake, and this is. I mean, they can see your username, but this is Mr. Nobody. Don't pay
You
attention
can
to
see
his
my username.
For some reason, Discord is weird. This game is Discord compatible. That's why. So no, this is actually
Okay, that's fine.
this is a perfect game where we can actually talk. And as you can see, my character, he's naked. He's a caveman. Boonga boonga. All right, so the situation in the Ukraine.
It's fucking nuts, man.
You know what else is
You
nuts?
and I have been.
Look at that face.
You and I have been. What is it?
Jesus Christ.
That is an ugly character. So I'm assuming this is from the same people that made Dark Souls.
Yes.
I don't know a lot about. I don't have a gaming console, so I haven't been really been paying attention to games. I've heard that people are super excited about this game, but I haven't really paying attention.
Yeah,
But
I'll see if I can
it
level...
looks like a From Software game.
Yeah, it is. I need to level up. No, hopefully. I don't know how to level up in this game, man. Okay, swords to chest, maybe? I only have this weird, this finger thing.
Are you getting a bounty? Did you hunt someone down and take their finger for a bounty?
No, I desecrated some remains.
You animal! What are you, a Russian?
Yeah, right now let's... Oh! And I just wasted... I keep forgetting that this is how you hit.
Clearly you are not a speedrunner.
I mean, it's only impressed by if I speedrun with the way this game is. And with my equipment, which I have none! Sorry. Like, I'm surprised, like, this is like the very first, like, very beginning of the game. I already beat my very first boss in a Souls game. Even though I've been, like, playing. Ah, look how beautiful it is.
Looks like a Majula ripoff. I mean, it's pretty, but I think if I had to choose between the locations, I'd pick Majula. Majula was prettier.
Who is this Valiant Knight? Hey, wanna smash? I want to. Yeah, so the situation in Ukraine. Basically, Ukraine is like this guy who doesn't have any weapons and stuff, and Russia is like this really big knight.
Except for some reason, something tells me that you're not going to do as well as Ukraine is doing right now.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh crap! Oh!
Don't run out of stamina now. You died. Yeah, I remember that screen.
That's gonna hurt in the morning. Yeah, so...
Yeah, when I played Dark Souls 2 like years after it came out, and I knew nothing about the video game. And I didn't go into the Forest of Giants. I immediately went to that area with the stone giant warriors. And they absolutely wrecked me for like weeks. And I gave up for like a month because I was so pissed off at that game. And then eventually I came back to it, and like I played that game until I beat it, and then I got so good at it that I just dominated it for the rest of the time I played it.
Yeah, this is basically that. Though I'm kind of a bad player of this game, so I like never like I've played these games like since 2016. But guess what?
What?
I've never like beaten a single like. Wait a second, how am I gonna go back up? Is this a glitch?
Is it supposed to come back down? Is there a lever?
Let's see. Hopefully there's a lever.
Or a button, or a switch plate?
While I look for it, we can talk about our stuff. Yes, what were you saying? What
Yeah,
so Ukraine situation.
Yeah, Ukraine. If you're underneath a rock somewhere, hi, I wish I lived with you. Can you let me live with underneath your rock?
And not hear about
because I'd like to have some fallout protection just in case. But Russia is attacking Ukraine. Or Zake has his opinion on why he. Zake.
Why is this thing?
Actually, you know what? How about you? You know, Zake is actually an expert on this subject. Why don't you talk about your credentials?
About it. Yeah. So this was kind of expected. This is one of the scenarios that were predicted. Because Russia wanted to destabilize Ukraine and keep it from NATO, but it wasn't working. And Ukraine was going towards European integration, so that pissed him off. That pissed Putin off, first and foremost. Hold on, where... And that's why he decided to invade, because he doesn't like democracy on his doorstep.
Yeah. So there are people who argue that Putin's biggest concern was NATO, and that we essentially made this war happen. America essentially made this war happen because we were committed to the principle that Ukraine should be able to join NATO, but we were never actually going to let them. So we made this happen based on something that was never really going to happen. Like, the argument is that Ukraine joining NATO was a phony.
Also, good news. Yeah, it was a phony thing. They weren't going to let them in. And Russia was stupid enough to invade because we were not going to let them in anyway. Like, there were no security threats.
Yeah, because Zelensky himself admitted,
Look at that beautiful face, by the way. This is like the work of art, man. This is like...
Yeah, that should be an NFT. It's about the same quality.
He's a very beautiful man. You gotta admit.
He's like one of those people that had a brain injury that doesn't let them feel shame. So he's always super confident, even though he looks like a total idiot. But yeah, anyway, Zelensky himself has admitted.
Oh my God.
Zelensky admitted like a week before Russia invaded that, yeah, we want to join NATO, or at least he did. But the reality is that there are people in my cabinet, there are people in my country with high standing that don't want to join NATO, and there are lots of people in NATO that don't want Ukraine to join NATO. And that's so even if the possibility is still open, in practice, it's never going to happen.
Yes.
So would you agree that this NATO justification that Putin is using really is kind of just bullshit?
Yes. He has many justifications. They're all kind of bullshit.
So besides that, in that speech that he gave, besides the NATO grievance, which we just talked about is mostly bullshit and not really an excuse, he argued a whole bunch of blood and soil rhetoric, like Ukraine has been getting gifts from Russia for ages. The Soviet Union was too lenient when they let Ukraine exit of their own volition, or something of that nature. Basically, their argument was, this is a Russian country with Russian speakers. They've abandoned us, and now we're taking them back. Is that correct?
Yes, that's a justification, and it's a pretty weak justification because they're their own country, and they were their own country until Russia took them over in like the 18th century. Okay, let me talk to this NPC first.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Tarnished, are we? Come to the lands between for the Elden Ring? Of course you have. No shame in it. Unfortunately for you, however, You are maidenless, without guidance, without the strength of runes, and without an invitation to the Round Table Hold.
The fuck?
You are fated, it seems, to die in obscurity. Luckily for you, however, there is one shining ray of hope for even the maidenless.
The heck?
Vare, take care to listen. Are you familiar with grace? The golden light that gives life to you tarnished. You may also behold its golden rays, pointing in a particular direction at times. That is the guidance of grace, a path that a tarnished must travel. Indeed. Grace's guidance holds the answers. It will lead you tarnished to the path you are meant to follow, even if it leads you to your grave.
Well, it already did.
It sounds like some Catholic
Grace's
sermon.
guidance will reveal the path forward, most certainly.
I mean, it's
To
written by
Castle
George R.R. Martin.
Stormvale, over on the cliff, the home of the decrepit demigod, Godric the Grafted.
Okay.
It's time you set off, I should think, to Castle Stormvale on the cliff, where Grace would guide you. If you seek the Elden Ring, maidenless as you are. It's time you set off, I should, to castles. If you...
Okay, I think that's all he's going to say.
Yeah, that sounded like a Catholic church sermon. They're always talking about grace and about how it can save you and blah, blah, blah.
I'm actually was made part of a Catholic. Could this be a friend? Someone says. Good luck. What did it say?
Could this be a friend? What are you talking about?
Maybe this guy's the friend. That's what they're saying. Oh, no, he's not a friend. Oh, that was quick.
It seems like From Software is keeping up the theme of we hate you and we want you to be in pain.
Yes.
I hope to God in the future when we make military robots that From Software is in charge of the military robots, because we will be slaughtered. So make sure that From Software is never involved in army robot programs. Don't need that level of difficulty.
Don't need that level of what?
You don't need that level of difficulty in real life.
I mean, that's the level of difficulty you train to play. That was quick. Dude, that was fucking quick!
I remember those deaths in Dark Souls 2. Those early days of like, I don't know what the hell is going on. I don't know anything about the story. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And I'm just dying over and over again. It took me like 3 months to get to a point where I could play Dark Souls 2 like competent. I can't speedrun it or anything like that, but
okay,
if I were to play Dark Souls 2 right now, I could probably beat it in 1.
Dude, this is
Not
easier
in
than
1
Dark
life.
Souls. This is easier than Dark Souls 2. I've played Dark Souls. What's this? Hold on. In each area, you may find effigies of martyrs. These actually are summoning pools. You will find each summon other players at these locations. Okay.
So is that the bonfire where you can fast travel?
You know what that means?
What?
It's kind of funny. You know who else? Who else is in? Who else is going to become a martyr most likely?
Zelensky.
Yes, he has the balls of steel, man. How's he even? Hold on, you know what? Maybe engaging him is not a good idea. Maybe we should sneak behind him, which you actually can in this game.
Yeah, that was something that you couldn't really do in Dark Souls. You couldn't really sneak on anything.
No, I'm not sneaking on him. I'm sneaking away from him. There's a difference.
Not true. I mean, in Dark Souls, at least in Dark Souls 2 is the only game I've played up with some stuff and stuff. In Dark Souls 2, you could basically just run away from him. But I'm pretty sure they just saw you. Something.
Church of Aile? Let me talk with this.
You're a tarnished. I can see it. And I can also see that you're not after my throat. Then why not purchase a little something?
Oh, thank God.
I'm Kale, purveyor of fine goods.
Please,
You know,
let me purchase.
How many names is From Software going to come up with for the undead people that populate their world?
I cannot purchase
What?
shit because I lost all my souls.
Like in Dark Souls it was Hollow. In Demon Souls it was something else. It was like
you should buy yourself a crafting kit. Allows you to make basic items on your own. Essential, really, if you intend to survive out here. The kit costs a bundle, and I admit I do take my cut. But the important thing is that you survive. Every customer counts, after all.
Capitalism still lives in this decrepit world. Anyway, you were saying?
So in Dark Souls 2 it was the Hollow. What was it in the other game? Because they've come up with like 17 different names for people that are just basically undead. You remember what they were? You might look that up. Look that up.
Oh, no, not exactly. Hold on.
Well, I'm going to look it up. Just give me a second. I'm going to pull it up in my laptop.
Well, crap. We gotta kill some enemies and come back here later. Hey, there's another Grace here. Good. I have touched Grace. She's not happy about it. See what I did there?
Usually women named Grace aren't happy when you touch them, yeah. In fact, most women aren't happy when anyone touches them.
Oh, I don't have enough souls. So leave. Yeah, so Zelensky, the Ukraine would have been lost had Zelensky not done much what he did. And that was to stay with. He stayed with his people.
Yeah, he did.
Can you speak closer to the mic, by the way, Mr. Nobody?
Yeah, one. Here, I was charging my phone. How's that?
Nice. Awesome. Oh, they have, like, innocent enemies. Hold on, what is this? What the heck is this? Yeah, I got the room. Please tell me I can spend it. Oh, please. Please, God. I need weapons. I cannot go into the world naked. NATO needs to provide me with weapons, man. You know?
Yeah, you could definitely use some armor.
Oh, thank God. Oh, thank God.
What is it? Still going to purchase something?
Yes, I do have the runes. I want... So there's a torch. I want some throwing daggers, man.
I'm excited to see what in all the From Software games. One of the really cool things that they do is like people come up with these weird fashion ideas. So it'll be interesting to see with what kind of cool builds over time people discover they can do in Elden Ring.
Yeah, I'm like, this is like, he's a clean slate, so I can technically do anything. How do I aim? Nope, that's not how I aim. This is how I rage, though, as a barbarian. Thank you, I'll take this.
Just killing cows.
Who's this dude? Is he a friendly? Nope! Nope!
Doesn't look like it.
Nope! 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 Die! 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 Did you think how I just killed him?
Yeah, you smashed him to death.
Okay, I think I know what build I'm going for now. I'm gonna go for a mage barbarian build. He both uses magic, but he's also a barbarian. Like a tank magic barbarian.
Huh.
What is it?
That would be cool.
Okay, actually I can sell him stuff now. Hold on. I'll sell you beast bones. And in exchange, please give me some armor, please! You're fucking kidding me. I killed all these...
Goodbye for now.
Okay, I guess I'll have to kill some calves. While I do that, you were saying, Mr. Nobody?
Yeah, so so Ukraine no, so Putin is he argued essentially that Ukraine is Russia's because of a whole bunch of history, and also he has to attack Ukraine because of NATO. The NATO thing is bullshit. We've discussed that. And honestly, blood and soil is bullshit too, because if you go back far enough in history, borders have been changing all over the place. If you wanted to use history as a justification, you can claim any land as yours. It's bullshit. It's not a good justification.
Praise the jump attack? Hold on. What is the jump attack? Hey, there we go. Nice! Oh! Please give me stuff. Praise the jump attack! Ah! Oh! That pesky bug. Am I actually gonna lose to a bug? Ah, there we go. Ha! Screw you! I thought I had my... Hold on, I need to set up my unlock real quick. Unlock is on, I don't know why it wasn't like... Yeah, my character is hella ugly, though. I think I've succeeded.
You're probably still get a girl.
I've succeeded in that mission. Honestly, I'm actually liking this game. Like, I usually don't like these sort of games, man. I'm loving this so far. Oh. Yeah, so continue with the Ukraine thing. We're still...
Yeah, Russia's... The point I'm making is that every Russian argument I've seen is bullshit. Which makes me wonder what Putin's real justification is. Now, you've talked about what you think his justification is. And maybe you're right. I'm not sure.
Well, yeah, it's blood and soil, unfortunately.
If that is correct, all I can say is that that's a terrible justification. And the reason I think it's a terrible justification is, look at everything Russia has already lost. Now, granted, Ukraine is putting up much more of a fight.
Oh no! Oh no!
Even
oh no!
they...
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm sorry. This thing was. You saw the guy, right?
You were invaded?
No. The Guardian guy was there. The guy on the horse.
Oh, great. Yeah, but granted, Ukraine has done a much better job fighting than even they probably estimated they would.
Yes, I mean they were losing until like Zelensky did what he did.
Yeah, but I mean, so Ukraine is putting up. Ukraine is making this much worse than Russia anticipated it was going to be.
You're back. Care to buy something?
Hold on.
Goodbye for now.
Once I like regroup, we can actually like continue the conversation more further. But I have to regroup a little bit. Yeah. Anyway, they underestimate themselves.
Yeah. So, but let's assume that we live in the reality where Ukraine just falls. Russia is getting huge sanctions which, like the day that Russia invaded Ukraine, like officially invaded Ukraine, their stock market dropped 45%.
Now everyone's sanctioning them. Every single organization. They're getting like Russia is basically getting like the equivalent of being cancelled by everybody right now. Even China.
Yeah. So the problem is that was going to happen no matter what. Putin must have realized that if he was going to do that minimum was going to happen. And if he knew that essentially all the world, or at least at least at the time, all of the West. It appears that China is going to be joining us in kind of isolating Russia too. But at the time, it looked like at least the West was going to be isolating him from trade and from travel.
By the way, I'm sending you now a thing where this is like how people are like running to Poland right now. Though there's a lot of people that are running too, just so you know, because not everyone's a warrior.
Oh, of course. I'm sure that there are plenty of people running away. Like I'd probably run away.
Yeah, same.
I'm not the bravest person in the world, and I'd probably hide behind my mother's skirts if I had the option. But anyway, the point is that Russia had to have known that there were going to be serious consequences for their actions. And basically the most stringent and strict and severe sanctions that have ever happened are happening now.
Yes.
And like I said, the market dropped 45%, and the sanctions weren't even really taking effect yet.
Yes.
Like Russia's not going to see the long-term outcome of these sanctions at least for a few months. In these sanctions, depending on how badly this goes for them, they could last for years.
Oh, they're gonna last until Putin goes away.
Who knows?
What is it?
Putin doesn't have much left, by the way. He has like 10 years, 15 years tops.
I mean, yeah, he's like 69, so yeah, he is gonna die soon. Which, you know, if it happens naturally, it's too good for him. But you're right, he is gonna die like within our lifetime. But
yeah, I mean, he outlived my dad, but
yeah, but the reality is that if Russia keeps going every day, that Ukraine makes Russia look like a giant idiot on the world stage, there is a day that a Russian general is thinking to himself, you know, would it be a good idea for me to just walk into Putin's office and Roblox him?
yes.
You know, would that be so bad?
I'll buy this. So I'm gonna get this crafting kit thing. Yes.
And Putin has to know that too. Like, Putin may be a badass, but I mean, he's a trained soldier. He was a KGB agent. I'm sure he knows how to fight. But bullets work on him just as well as anybody else. So my point is, I just have real trouble believing that blood and soil really is his justification.
That he has three justifications, and all of them suck. I'll be honest with you.
And I agree. Like, to me, they make no sense. That's what I'm saying. The cost for the bet. Like, if you're gonna invade a country, like if Ukraine had like a lithium mine with trillions of dollars worth of mineral wealth in it, or something like that, that would make sense, because then Putin's getting a valuable resource that everybody needs. Even if you don't like him, you disagree with the war, they're going to go to him for that mineral eventually. So he would be able to strangle the world into giving in to his demands, even if we didn't like it. If Ukraine had something that the world desperately needed. But Ukraine's a good country, but it doesn't have anything special, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It only wheat.
Yeah, and And from what I understood, Russia had a surplus of grain. So, what the fuck does it need? Why does it need more wheat? Like, so my point is, if you're Putin and you're gonna do a war, at some point you have to have a meeting with your generals, and you have to have a cost benefit analysis. And your generals have, and even if your population is subjugated, there has to be a few generals in there that are going to go, this is a bad idea because of this. This is a bad idea because of that.
That's what they said. That's why they didn't invade for a long time.
Yeah, but my point is, the point I'm trying to make is, even if they made that point then and it convinced them then, what changed from then to now that he was convinced that this would somehow be a net gain for him?
No idea.
And I wish I could. I almost wish that I was Vladimir Putin's best friend, and I could sit down with him and be like, okay, what the fuck is really going on? Do you have a deal with aliens? But why are you doing this? What do you get out of this? He's not going to get glory. The rest of the world hates him. His people, at least half the people in Russia, don't agree with what he's doing. He's not going to get glory.
A lot of people don't agree. And can you imagine now, like, the Russians realize that honestly, the best way to fight them was like what the anonymous hackers did. Honestly, you know why?
Because it cuts through their propaganda.
Yeah, and they should do that a lot more.
Yeah, for once, the autists came to save us.
Yep.
But anyway,
like, I would actually like create panic move in Russia proper. I'm not gonna fight him yet.
See, that fight right there is what Russia expected.
Yeah.
They expected that. They thought that they were just gonna butt fuck Ukraine in like 30 minutes or some shit. But they didn't. So I wish to God I could have a conversation, like an honest conversation.
If you want some bit of good news for you, they didn't sanction their in the energy sector because they don't want gas prices to go up even more.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm just not gonna deal with him. I don't have the things to deal with him. At least he's not attacking me like Ukraine's attacking Russia. I mean, Russia attacking Ukraine. Yeah, no. Me going at him is the equivalent. I'm gonna go, Ukraine attacked first. The equivalent of Ukraine attacking would be the equivalent of me attacking him.
Yeah, basically.
Oh.
I just wish I could have an honest conversation with Putin and get him to admit what his real reasons are. Because if it does turn out...
The Russians are dense enough to believe in their... Ooh, nice. What the... I was like, what
because
the...
if it does turn out that his reasons are blood and soil and other bullshit arguments that are backed up by nothing, and he knows, and he believes that, like, if you're right, and he's just puffed too much Russian propaganda, he sniffed his own fart and believes the hype.
That's what happened, yes.
Now Russia is the greatest and deserves Ukraine. If he believes that, then he's just an idiot, and there's no reason that. And
he was more reasonable like years ago than he is now.
So what do you think changed? Do you think it's age?
It's
what? Who convinced him? Who or what convinced him that this was a good idea? Because, at least from my point of view, even if Ukraine had immediately buckled, this was never going to be a good idea. So what do you think convinced him that it was?
It was just his probably like he's still mad about the fact that he is Russia is kind of losing lots of strength. Hey, guess what I got?
A sword, or what'd you get?
I got equipment.
Is that? You got a spear or something?
No, better. I got a helmet. I just gotta find it. Where the heck is my? Where's my helmet?
So you're arguing that so from your point of view, you think that Putin realized that, hey, Russia is gonna die a slow death no matter what.
And I'm gonna get revolution, yes.
So Putin's probably thinking like Russia's gonna die a slow death no matter what, and maybe in my lifetime I will lose all chances at any of my greater schemes because the U.S. is just gonna choke us out.
Yes.
And that's why he lashed out. He's just like, you know what? Fuck it. If we die fast, we die fast. It's one of those. It's better to burn out than fade away kind of thing.
Yes. No. He doesn't think we're dying. He says by restoring Ukraine, we might restore Russia's greatness. You know. Oh no. Well, I gotta get those souls back now.
Was that a poisonous, like, conch or something?
Yes.
Gross.
I'm gonna get it back, though. I'm gonna get all that stuff back. Yeah, no. He really believes that what he's doing is, like, Russia's wholly due to it.
Well, trying to force his views onto the world is going to cost maybe not him personally greatly.
Someone is writing, we got to do Nuremberg 2.0.
My hope is that he gets Gaddafi in Minecraft, obviously.
Yes.
But in Minecraft, I hope that the Russian citizens drag him onto the street and smash his head on a rock in Minecraft.
I'm going to run. I don't want to deal with these guys. But yeah, you were saying?
I'm just... And here's another thing that you and I have talked about. You don't think that you are fairly certain that Russia will not launch nukes because of historical precedent. And maybe that's true. Well, here's my anxiety. And again, we've talked about this, but I just want to express it online. Let's say that Russia failed. Like the goal, if the sanctions work and Ukraine bleeds them dry, and Russia loses all power and all thoughts of dominance and any chance of being a major player.
Well, you're back. Care to buy something?
Yeah, you're saying?
So look, Russia loses everything in Putin's lifetime. Is Putin the kind of man who will say, you know what? If I go, you go?
Not exactly, no.
I'm just not too sure, man.
He's not like that. If he loses, he won't like destroy things, but he'll like pretend that like China did the same thing when they fought Vietnam and lost. They actually fought Vietnam and lost because no one can beat the fucking Vietnamese. But Vietnam kind of reminds me of Ukraine a little bit because it was kind of hard to beat them in general the way they fight. Okay, I'm in a very crappy position here with the.
Yeah, but okay. Here's the difference, though. China lost in Vietnam, but there's still a world power, and it's very likely that they're going to be the United States' main competition in the future. They have real chances at dominating the globe if they do things right. You know, if they play their game correctly, they can win the world. And that's basically the goal of every country. The world is the end game. But if Putin is put in a position where he knows for a fact that he's going to go down in history as having one of the biggest military blunders ever in the history of the world, is he the kind of person who says, you know what, instead of being remembered as weak and pathetic, I would rather be remembered as the destroyer?
No, not really. They won't do that. Jeez.
I hope you're right. And you probably are.
I'm right. I'm usually not. It's not like I'm gonna say, well, there's a possibility. Yeah, there's always the possibility. But you know what's more possible than that?
What?
You winning the fucking lottery.
Fair enough.
Like, in order for that to happen, like, Moscow has to be surrounded by, like, American troops. Like, basically, only if existence of Russia itself, like, is threatened, he's gonna do that. And he can't do it against his own people if they revolt.
Okay, here's basically what I'm arguing. Here's what I'm asking. You remember Game of Thrones?
Yes.
So the war that put
for now.
Baratheon in charge, before it was won, the Mad King was saying to blow up the capital with that green fire, whatever it was called. And what I'm saying is that there are certain leaders who, if they are about to lose, will decide that if they're going to go down, they would rather destroy everyone
he's not
than
like
go
that.
down alone.
He's not like that. He's more like Gaddafi. He would rather escape than like die. He's not. You know who would do that if he had nukes?
Who?
Putin's not a person like that. He's not that kind of person. You know who's that kind of person? People like fucking Zelensky. He would do it. Putin, no. Zelensky is not afraid. Putin's afraid. There's a difference. And if Putin is afraid, what does it mean?
He'll act rationally.
Yes. I mean, he would never, like, fight for his country the way Zelensky is. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand you, and here's the reality. Like, you know way more about this than me, and I'm not arguing from a point of historical precedent like you are. Like, I'm arguing from the point of view of human nature. I think that politicians, especially ones that get to seats of ultimate power, have impossibly huge egos.
I see.
And in America, we have had leaders that were willing to continue wars and waste human life because if they ended the war, they would have looked weak. It would be an admission that we had lost the mission, and that would have reflected poorly on the leader. This happened in Vietnam, and arguably it happened in Afghanistan for many years. Or was it Iraq? Which one was it? Iraq that was the 20 Years War, or was it Afghanistan?
Afghanistan. Iraq was from 2003. It was an 8-year war.
Yeah. So the point that I'm making is, leaders are willing to do stupid, pointless shit purely for their own ego and image. And there's a scene in a movie. I know G.I. Joe is a horrible movie, but there's this scene in G.I. Joe where something really bad happens, and one of the nation's leaders says, we will not leave a legacy of, not obsolescence, but basically accept like we will not leave a legacy of being conquered, of letting things happen, Like, we would rather die. We would rather destroy the world than look weak.
Makes sense.
And maybe you're right. You probably are right. That Putin isn't that kind of guy.
None of the Soviets was, not even Stalin was. And they all had nuclear bombs and shit. They didn't like... I'm just farming at this point. Yeah, you were saying?
I'm arguing is that human beings do stupid things when they're stressed out and make poor decisions when they're stressed out.
Makes sense, yes.
And right now, yes, the West is stressed out. But if Ukraine is the most stressed out country, the second most stressed out country is Russia.
Not yet, but slowly becoming one. Because what's happening is absolute BS, so...
Here's why I'm saying it's the second most stressed out, because like I said, every day that Russia doesn't conquer...
Did you not see the video that I showed you? They only have like 10 days to do it. If they don't, they're gonna run out of supplies. And that's...
Which is bad.
That's concerning, because it's just like, like, then you don't know what they're going to do. Then I can't tell you. They're not gonna nuke anyone, but they're gonna become a lot more aggressive. They're gonna, like, not care about the civilians either. They're gonna massacre everyone in Ukraine until they get what they want. With sheer manpower, if you know what I'm saying. But they're saying apparently, like, their documents were falsified the same way the Afghan army's documents were falsified. Like, this happened during the Soviet era, and I heard it in one of the talks. Russians were saying their army was so strong that even like their most powerful commanders didn't know how strong their armies were, you know? Because the propaganda was very insane.
All I'm saying is that there is a human impulse that when you are about to be destroyed or made a mockery of or humiliated, even if that was done justifiably.
Well, you're back.
If you feel like your legacy is going to be ruined and you have nothing else to lose, and you determine that, hey, I'm going to die in shame and neglect.
Yeah, but the thing is, Russia was already shamed and neglected when Putin in charge. They lost.
Yeah, but not to this level.
No,
not to this level.
Actually, to a worse level. They lost their own, like, they lost 2 million people once. If they lose, they're not necessarily losing Ukraine. Like, they're still gonna gain some territory. It's just that they're not gonna be able to overthrow it, and they'll still end up the winner. Not in the same way, but different, you know?
I really don't think that unless Vladimir Putin is extremely stupid, I don't think that you can look at any situation now in the future as a win for him. Even if he conquers you.
He is not stupid, but you know who is? I'm
Who?
sorry to say this, but the Russian public is a little stupid. Not all Russians. Russians are pretty intelligent people, but they're, as a public, they will still revere him or something like that.
Yeah, what's that line from Men in Black? A person is smart, but people are dumb, scary, and stupid animals, and you know it. And that's ultimately my argument at the core. I think that at the base of a human being, once you strip away all the intelligence, all the machinations, there's a scared person who's trying to fill their empty heart with vanity and with vanities and titles that mean nothing in reality, but they're trying to convince themselves that what's the word for it? Human beings want to convince themselves that they are incredibly valuable and great. And if they are put in a position where everyone around them, maybe not in their country, but in the world, where everyone around them thinks that they are awesome, and they think that they're gonna die, known as the piece of shit. Sometimes they lash out.
Yes.
That's all I'm saying. Maybe you're probably right. Putin isn't that kind of guy.
He's a coward, man. And it seems like he has he's also not as smart as he likes people to think.
Well, clearly he did this.
Okay, so I'm gonna kill a bunch more enemies. We really need the weapons, man. Otherwise, we can't do shit in this game. Hopefully I can kill.
And if I know from software, you're probably going to end up running around for 3 hours, or maybe even 3 days, wondering what the fuck to do once you get enough weapons to move on. Ring the bells! What fucking bells? Where are the bells?
I mean,
I remember.
If you've noticed, this one is a very big open world compared to from some of the games.
I remember in the Dark Souls 2, there was a woman that you had to get a dialogue option with to move on with like half of the rest of the game. Yes. And they didn't even tell you that she was even important. Like, she just stole spells.
So you just
had to give her a specific dialogue option to even have access to like half the game. And there was no hint that she was important. She was just another NPC.
And you killed her.
Yeah, I killed her. And I didn't find out till it took me like, I wanted to beat the game on my own because that's my impulse. So I played it for like another 3 days and got totally locked and like killed as many enemies as I could, leveled up as much as I could, but I couldn't finish the game because I didn't know what the fuck else to do. Eventually I gave up, went online and looked it up and realized that I had to start all over.
Wait.
Because the damn game had already autosaved past the point where I killed that lady.
Okay, so
which was irritating in and of itself.
Let's see here. What should I buy?
Man, I don't know anything about this game. I'm a bad guy to ask. You need some armor, clearly.
Yeah, hold on. I might sell him stuff first.
Goodbye for now.
Alright, I need to farm more, unfortunately. It's not gonna be that easy. I need to buy the armor, or at least, you know what, I should buy the shield, maybe.
My favorite build in Dark Souls 2, I would immediately fight. I would do the knight class, so I got a sword, and then once I got out of the starting area, I would immediately go to that area with the stone giants, beat all of them, and there was a special treasure chest that had this tall shield, this great shield. It was like looked like a steel wall that you just carried. It was blue with a cross on it. And took a lot of stamina, but you could block virtually every hit in the game, and it wouldn't damage you.
I see.
So I would invest heavily in stamina so I could take as many hits as I needed to and still attack and not die immediately. And then I would get that sword that was an Easter egg of Berserk. You know, that huge fuck-off sword that swings like a huge
By the way,
swath.
I need to really buy Berserk, watch Berserk.
Yeah, I've heard a whole bunch of things about Berserk, but I haven't really watched it. I'm not a good anime fan. I'm not a good read. Trigun is my favorite anime that I've watched so far. Probably one of the best animes that I've ever seen.
Trigun?
Trigun.
What's that about?
So Trigun, it takes place on basically a desert planet. It's essentially the Wild West, but with some alien and sci-fi elements.
Is it like Cowboy Bebop?
No.
Wait.
The art style is way like Trigun is older than Cowboy Bebop by a lot. I think. The art style is way different, and the theme of the show is also way different. Like, what's his name in Cowboy? The main character, like everybody in Cowboy Bebop, none of the main characters have any problem with killing their enemies. Like, they just think that's what you do. In Trigun, actually Stampede tries, for most of the series, successfully, never to murder anyone. He's an expert gunslinger, but he never murders anyone. Or at least tries to. I won't tell you what happened. I know that's kind of giving the game away that he does eventually, but you should still watch it because the thing that causes him to do it is fucking heartbreaking. Anyway, so the story is essentially about this man who's really trying to be good and do the right thing because of how he was raised, and the world constantly trying to force him to kill people and break his principles.
I see.
Got love stories in it. The love stories are pretty great. The combat is pretty freaking amazing. The only downside is the animation. I like the animation, don't get me wrong. But it is not nearly as high quality as what they have now. But honestly, I think that adds to the appeal. It makes it look prettier, which fits the setting.
By the way, I'm telling you, in like 10 years, there's going to be like a anime of what's happening in Ukraine right now.
Oh, undoubtedly. And Zelensky's going to be like the harem protagonist. He's going to have his wife and like 7 other big-titted high school cheerleader girlfriends or some shit.
Oh, hey. I'm sorry, I need this.
In the anime, there'll be like some Russian agent that goes to kill Zelensky, but he seduces her, and the Russian agent becomes his tsundere lover or something.
Oh, right.
Someone should do that. Do that, please.
Dude, you know what? You know what? You know who can do this? Us. You know how? Do you remember how we did, like, whatever, in the other world?
Yeah, we could do a comic about Zelensky being a harem anime protagonist.
Yes!
Oh my.
Mr. Nobody is dying because Yeah, no, Zelensky is still like. It seems like they're not. They are not. By the way, even Trump changed his mind on Putin. By the way, just so you know.
I mean, I don't really care.
No, he just did. He called him genius, but then after like seeing what happened, I think even Trump acknowledged what Putin did is stupid. We've reached the point. We've reached the point, Mr. Nobody. It's officially Trump certified stupid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to be super excited that Trump finally realized the obvious truth. But on the other hand, it is pretty bad when Trump can call your leaders stupid. And everyone agrees with them. Like it's kind of my policy that I like to never agree with Trump. But unfortunately, every once in a while,
I hate the guy, but I'm glad he came to the realization that what he was saying was totally fucking bonkers.
He gets a golf club. That's about all he gets. All he gets.
Okay, so inventory. Oh, this thing there.
You know how I joke about how we should send rednecks not as military members, but as quote-unquote volunteers to go help in Ukrainians fight?
Yes.
Zelensky, Ukraine actually released a statement saying that if anybody from another country wants to volunteer, they'll give them a gun.
They will, yes.
Wait, weren't you?
I hope to God that there's some crazy, methed out redneck that gets to Ukraine and all he has is his rifle that shoots. He uses to shoot squirrels, and he kills a few Russians. That would be so awesome.
Nice.
By the way, guess what?
What?
Honestly, this is a good game for our podcast. You know why? Farming takes such a long fucking time.
Oh yeah, Dark Souls always took forever to farm. And like you would get impatient, and you would have all these souls, and you'd be like, "Fuck it, I'm not gonna spend them. I'm just gonna go fight this boss." And you'd fight the boss and die, and you'd be like, "Okay, all I have to do is go back to the boss."
And I knew it. I'm not like leveled enough to use this thing.
You get to the boss, you die from the boss, and then you'd be like, "Okay, all I have to do is get back to the boss." And then some shit tier, low-level opponent would stab you in the back, and you'd be breaking your controller and screaming at the world for how you lost all your souls and had to start over again.
Yes.
That happened to me so many goddamn times. But once I figured out that shield and that sword, that was my go-to every time I played them. That shield and that sword. By the way, did you ever in Dark Souls? Did you play Dark Souls 2?
Yes.
What the fuck is Dark?
What did you say?
The dark spells. Like, so there was lightning, and then there was light, and then there was dark. What the fuck did dark do to you?
I don't know. I didn't use it. I only played through it once. And that was not by myself. It was, oh crap! I didn't know he was attacking me. It was with my co-host.
There was this area where I would run into all these dark turns, these these urns that cast a dark level curse on you, and it never did anything to me that seemed to matter. I just never knew what the fuck it was for.
I see.
And I never like fought a boss, at least to my knowledge, that ever really used dark magic. So it seemed like it was completely pointless because it never affected my character, and there was never a boss that used it to great effect. So it didn't seem to have much of a point.
Cave moss. Oh crap. Nice. Nice. Not nice. No, 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 no. What are you doing, game? Game, what are you doing? And I died. That was not fair at all.
The game fucked you.
That's well, yeah, and the aim. For some reason, I'm not getting any news from Ukraine anymore. What the heck?
That's either a very good thing or a very.
There hasn't been news in like 8 minutes, which is weird. Did they actually manage to take Kiev?
I mean, again, it was gonna happen regardless.
No, if they take Kiev, that's not the end game, though. You know that, right? They're gonna move the capital to a much more nationalistic city.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I know that Kiev is the end goal.
Yeah, the end goal is, if this is how they fight, the end goal is unreachable.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
but
they're gonna like lose most of their forces fighting for Kiev, and by the time they take it, it's all gonna be fucking. It's not gonna be even in existence anymore. It's gonna be absolutely fucking hammered.
Yeah, decimated. So what I mean is that they're probably going to occupy. They're not going to be able to hold it forever, but they're probably going to occupy.
No, they can't occupy it. It's impossible. I'm telling you, man. I thought it was possible, but after seeing what that crap, I don't believe that for a second.
I mean, I hope you're fucking right. If you turn out to be 100% right, I
thought I was wrong, but I think, even the most badass people are like, just like, what the heck? They're surprised by what happened.
Yeah, I mean, so far, Ukraine has done better than anybody thought they would. Even probably Ukraine.
Yes. I know Ukraine was going to lose if Zelensky was going to leave. But the idea was that Zelensky was just going to run for like 2 days ago, knowing that the Russians are approaching.
I mean, I don't know. I know the Russian military has failed miserably so far. That is true. But when you get down to it, even if they can't bring in tanks because their logistics is fucked, even if they can't...
No, they only have 10 days. After 10 days, Ukrainians might actually beat them back.
They might. But a lot can happen in 10 days. All I'm saying is...
Don't get your hopes up.
Exactly. It's, hope for the worst, hope for the best, prepare for the worst. While I would love to say that I think that Ukraine has a chance,
They actually
when
do.
they started when they started this war, I would have given you 90-10 that Russia was going to win. 90% chance Russia was going to occupy and hold Kiev. Now, I'm at like 75-35. 75 is still very likely.
No, actually,
C's get degrees and all that.
they are actually no. It's not gonna be a C. It's gonna be an F in my opinion, or a D at best. Surprising, like because you know what we were expecting. Kiev should have been already fallen a long time ago. That was the expectation. Russia hasn't made not nearly as much progress as they want. Man, I was like rooting against these bulls at first. Probably because I had the high ground.
Can you get the wolves to come to you and fight them one at a time instead of fighting the group? Because if you make them jump up and you can kill them one at a time, that.
By the way, they actually destroyed the oil refinery because they destroyed the oil refinery in like fucking in Kiev. They destroyed Ukrainians destroyed their oil refinery in fucking Russia. In Russian-controlled territory, which is going to make it difficult.
So Russia destroyed an oil refinery, and in retaliation, Ukraine destroyed one of Russia's refineries.
Yes.
I mean, it's not fair play. So using this a lot easier.
Yes.
And sword, man, you can't keep fighting with the stick that's on fire.
I mean, I did have an option to get a build that was
How many wolves are down there? Like 2?
Yeah, but I don't want to risk it, man.
What are you doing, phone? There we go.
Oh, there we are. Come on. Good dog. Good dog. Oh crap, I need to. Nice, I think I can craft items.
Oh. Oh, there you go.
What is that thing? That's not a wolf. Oh! 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 Oh man! Nice. Okay, I need to go back to that one guy.
Wait, you don't lose your souls permanently?
I do lose them permanently if I die. Oh. Fuck
but
you!
you don't lose your...
Fuck you! I'm not dealing with that.
But you don't lose your stuff permanently if you die.
Yes.
Okay. You just have to
However,
find
for
your
some
stuff.
fucking reason, I'm not allowed to wear armor. It's just fucking great. Had I known that, I would not have done for the fucking wretch. But hey, at least when I get my armor off, I'll be unstoppable because my character is actually pretty powerful, surprisingly.
So you can't wear armor.
Is it legs? No, because I'm too under leveled for it or something.
Oh, okay. That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, like, the game won't let you wear armor at all. Just under leveled. That's pretty normal.
My psycho roommate tried to convince me. Oh, dating. Wait a second. My psycho roommate tried to convince me like dating is like an RPG. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about, man? Oh, you gotta reach a certain level to acquire a certain item. I'm like, no, that's not how it works, man. It's more
What was an RPG?
Dating?
I mean, it's weird. I kind of view dating kind of I don't know why. I kind of view dating in a very transactional way. Obviously, I'm more romantic than like this is purely a
Guess what
business
this game
proposition.
has?
What?
Fast travel.
Yeah, like I thought you did. But yeah, it has bonfires like Dark Souls. They're just called a different thing.
It's you again. Always a...
I don't want to purchase any.
Goodbye for now.
I'm just trying to figure out how do I level up.
You know, I know they put a lot of work into these NPCs, but I always hate it when they try to talk to you and you're just like, all I want is to buy things from you. Shut up.
Yeah. By the way, he kind of looks like Santa Claus. Anyway, can you look up how do you level up in Elden Ring, please?
How to level up in Elden Ring?
Yeah.
1 second.
You know who leveled up like
Who leveled up? How to level? Yeah, that's like the top search request is how to level up in Elden Ring. Okay, to level up in Elden Ring, you just need to visit 3 sites of grace in the game's open world. Meaning the sites of grace in dungeons don't count towards your soul. At the 3rd site of grace you visit, you'll be approached by Melina, who will allow you to level up your character.
I think what happened is that Zelensky might be dead. You know why? The official account of Ukraine President Vladimir Zelensky on Twitter shows that he had unfollowed all accounts of world leaders. It's something that tells me that he either was hacked or he's like being held hostage right now. Yeah, so how do you level up in Elden Ring?
You have to find 3 sites of grace in the game's open. So sites of grace and dungeons don't count. So don't go to any dungeon find sites of grace in the open world?
Well, I did.
Did you find 3 of them?
No.
Okay, so find 3 of them.
Thanks. Okay, at least at least I need to purchase a fucking shield from this dude.
Always.
Yeah, you're right. He's just the food.
Yeah, the fact that the characters who sell you shit always talk is always annoying. And the thing that sucks is that sometimes you have to listen because their dialogue changes. And if you skip past that all the time, you might miss an important plot point that tells you how to get through the rest of the game. I don't know whether or not it's tedious or a great way to make it a player pay attention.
The great way to do what?
I kind of lean towards tedious.
Okay, I can now buy shields.
What is it?
Please let me equip it though.
Goodbye. Nice.
Oh, can I just comment on how awesome it must be for From Software to be able to copy paste so much of older games into their new game.
Yes.
Like the UI is the same. A lot of the items look the same. They don't have to make new artwork for a lot of this stuff. I'm sure that they do, but there's a lot of artwork that they don't have to, that they can reuse in all their games because they built this world that is supposed to be continuous. So of course it would have similar things in it. But from a design point of view, I'm sure that they've saved maybe hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of dollars, because they don't have to build, except for like engine requirements, they don't have to rebuild their game from the ground up. They can reuse a lot of the same design choices because the original design was so beloved by the fans.
Oh, I'm an idiot. I know how to do stuff now. Wow, I got sold my helmet to him for nothing. I could have equipped this a long time ago. Sorry. Oh my god. Oh my gosh.
You're not Zelensky with a gun. Don't give it to him for free.
You know, I was actually debating to make a character like I was actually debating making a character and making him fucking Zelensky. You know?
I don't know if character creation is that good in this game. It might be.
It actually is very good. It's too good. I should not have access to it, man.
You might want to you into the game.
You might want to do what?
How far are you into the game?
Not that far.
You
What?
might want to consider getting a guy with a weapon and armor.
Well, you mean?
Because
You mean no? This guy is now gonna be kind of more powerful with what we have now.
okay, you're good, man.
It's my funeral. Ah! Ah! Yes, he's not doing as much damage anymore. So instead of one-shotting me, he needs to two-shot me. That's progress.
I died in 30 seconds instead of 5. I'm so much better.
Okay.
Cries internally.
Okay, so Let me kill some of the smaller enemies. By the way, this computer is actually like... This computer came out in 2020, it can run the game. It's a laptop I'm using. I'm excited to play this game on a much better computer that's like at home in Chicago. Hey, I did not defend myself.
Did you get a digital download or did you get a physical copy?
Digital downloads.
Will they let you use your digital
Hey! Oh my god! Yes, you're saying?
Will they let you use your digital download for computers?
Yes. You're just not allowed to play them. You're just not allowed to play it simultaneously. I recommend instead of investing in a console, invest in a laptop, man. This wasn't that expensive. This was like on sale for $700.
Yeah.
And you can
one step at a time, my friend. One step at a time.
Okay. Also, you know what? You can also buy piecemeal instead of making a big purchase.
I mean, that's true. But, you know. Most of my job starts in large portions. I'll be able to save up for pretty nice things and be able to move forward with a lot more decisions. Still some time in between now and then, and unfortunately, I just got to play a waiting game.
Yeah, the waiting game always sucks, man. Especially when you want to go to the next chapter of your life pretty quickly. You want to skip cutscene, you know?
Yeah, I swear to God, if they ever make a machine that allows you to like do your work, but not be conscious for it, I'm taking that machine.
Yes.
Like if I could be playing, like if I could play video games in my head, but my body is doing the work, I'll take that machine every day.
You have invented something awesome.
That'll probably be an app that Neuralink creates one day.
Probably. You know what would be hilarious?
What's that?
If we're gonna do a Zelensky thing, we should basically the whole thing is that he's facing this big fear and he's like teaming up with fucking Elon Musk. Attack me. Nice. The shield worked out pretty well. I'm just sad I sold him my helmet for no reason. That just makes me really sad.
You'll get another one, maybe.
I will. I just need 1,000 souls. By the way, can you check out chat to see if anyone's writing?
Sure. Let me go to the.
Man, Zelensky has become Giga Chat though. Though, like, what's concerning is that. What's absolutely concerning, though, is that for some reason we cannot access him. Like,
part of the risk that he took was that he could be captured.
No, like, he unfollowed world leaders and something's seriously wrong right now, but I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, he might be dead, or he might be captured, or maybe something else entirely. Who knows? It might be a while before we know.
I think he's hacked, most likely.
Well, let's hope. Eventually, the Russians had to do something, right? Doesn't look like anybody's chatting.
No, like, it's dead silent right now with the news, which is, like, weird.
Well, you got to remember there was predictions that Russia was going to do its best to black out communications, and it may have done that.
By the way, my home country is next, apparently, because they decided to help Ukraine. Oh, well, hi there, Eagles.
Hope to God that he survived. Oh, by the way, here in about 15 minutes, I have to go.
Go where again?
I have to get ready to talk to my girlfriend.
Okay. I know what this ball is, but I'm gonna get it. Okay, so this world...
No random pieces of nature! What the fuck?
Nice. Okay, actually, so it's like I'm actually wrong about this game. This actually is an open world Dark Souls. Dark Souls is more linear. This is more like Breath of the Wild, Skyrim, and Dark Souls combined. So From Software actually did a good job.
Well, that's interesting. I wonder how they'll handle storytelling. Because in all the other From Software games, even if the maps were fairly diverse, the storytelling was still pretty linear. Like, ultimately, you were going to a place to get a thing to do some stuff. How you got there was complicated, but the ultimate goal was rather simple.
Yeah, dudes. Like, seriously, Russia fucked up majorly, though.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, seriously, where is the fucking news? Like, what the fuck is going on?
All we can do is wait and hope, man.
Well, they killed civilians.
I mean, that was going to happen. Which I'm not saying that I'm not saying that, like, I accept it as bad, but at a certain point you kind
of... we're getting news is just something is not... Something feels off to me. Like, it's almost like they stopped or something like that, or they're regrouping.
Who knows?
Yeah, we still don't have enough for helmets. So we gotta farm even more.
Let me see. Let me Google.
Hopefully this bird thing is not too difficult. Oh, it's a bat! And no, they're not that super difficult. Nice! Okay, I got enough stuff. I might play this game tomorrow too. The fuck is...
Okay, so I'm on CNBC.
What's the latest?
I'm looking through. So 5 minutes ago, refugees continue to flee Ukraine.
Russia did what?
Refugees continue to flee Ukraine. That was 5 minutes ago.
We're gonna get all our Ukrainians here too soon.
And I welcome them with open arms. Ukrainian defenders, logistical problems thwart Russian attack. Stubborn Ukrainian resistance and logistic difficulties continue to impede Russian troops more than Moscow planners expected. Russian forces are not making progress they had planned.
Yeah, they're not making progress today, which is weird.
It's you always.
Yeah, they're facing logistical challenges and strong Ukrainian resistance.
Okay.
U.S. officials speaking on the condition of anonymity.
They're doing what?
What is it?
That was from a few days ago. An hour ago. You're kind of right. We haven't. I think I'm responsible. Go away.
I got some... Hey, I got some new shoes for my character. I'm actually looking like a warrior now, finally.
Cool.
Goodbye.
Again, I'm telling you, something is absolutely not right.
Ukraine, Russia tension. I'm doing videos right now. See if I can find anything.
Alright, so I think after I get like all my my helmet, we can actually end the stream, and you can go do your thing.
Okay.
But now, I would have had a helmet had I known how this game works. Hey, look at me! I look like a warrior now, don't I?
You sure do. Even with psycho paint. The latest from CNN is Kingdom on heightened alert as forces closing on all sides. And there's a picture of what looks to be a thermobaric missile.
Like, I was like the Instagram star, I was getting all the messages, for some reason it's just radio silence now. It decided that Russia is not attacking anymore. Like, they've actually reached a peace deal or something.
I'm doing all the Google too, but I can't.
Yeah.
You're right, there doesn't appear to be anything new right now.
Which is like...
Either very good or not good at all.
I think it's good because, like, it seems like last we left off, everything was okay.
Okay, so this was updated like 2 hours ago.
This place does not look friendly. Ah, it's some ruin. Okay. I don't think I'm ready for this one. You were saying? You first have Grace and you then try campsite. Where's the Grace? There?
I'm sorry, I'm reading an article trying to parse out the information.
I found the Grace! An open world! How am I okay at this game? This game is not as difficult as Dark Souls, man.
It's not as difficult as Dark Souls?
No!
So yeah, there was a thermobaric missile.
Oh, I think there's a cutscene. Hold on.
So basically,
hold on. Something important is happening. Hold on.
Oh shit.
Greetings, traveler from beyond the fog. I am Melina.
Yeah, this is the girl I was talking about earlier.
She's gonna turn out to be interesting.
I offer you an accord. Have you heard of the Finger Maidens?
Ooh, no.
What about fingering maidens?
Offering guidance.
What about two fingers?
And aid to the tarnished. But you, I am afraid, are maidenless. I can play the role of maiden.
That's so Japanese of you!
Turning runes into strength.
That's so anime of
to
you!
aid you in your search for the Elden Ring. You need only take me with you to the foot of the Erd Tree.
Ooh. Should we accept or refuse?
Well, I'm pretty sure this is how you continue the game. So accept.
Yeah, sure.
Then it's settled. Summon me by grace to turn runes into strength. I bequeath to you this ring.
Oh, nice.
Use it to traverse great distances.
All right, that's my
It will
horse.
summon a spectral steed named Torrent. Torrent has chosen you. Treat him with respect.
Finally,
He's my fucking horse. I'll eat him if I want to. Back off, lady.
I'm gonna
Shall
level
I
up.
turn your runes to strength?
Yes.
Let my hand rest upon you. For but a moment. Share
That's
them
what she
with
said.
me. Your thoughts, your ambitions, the principles you would follow.
Oh, okay, so I don't have enough runes. I need to get runes. Well, thank you so much, lady. I mean, girl.
She's a lady!
Is she a lady or is she a Japanese schoolgirl?
Yeah.
Anyway. Let's level up, shall we?
It looks like there was some bombing and some fighting on some outskirts cities. But,
let me just beat the ever-living crap out of this guy. Never mind. I actually survived that.
Yeah, you timed it pretty right. You had luck.
I think that's what what's happening with the Ukrainians. They timed it pretty right too. Their attacks. Like, you know, like it's not unseen that in history, like a ragtag group of like armies can win.
I mean, it has happened before.
Nice. Yeah, this computer is it's powerful enough to run this game pretty well, but there's some issues with the graphics I've noticed.
Yeah, I'm noticing on my end too, but that.
Where are you noticing?
My phone is making it pixelated every once in a while.
Alright. Well, no, that's because I'm streaming.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so...
Now what?
every time I respite my grace, I wonder if the girl shows up. Nope, she's not there. Now, you know what? This is actually an excellent time to end stream. Would you agree?
Yeah, that'll work.
Hopefully, we got you some insights on Ukraine, people. Sorry, we couldn't watch the Jimmy Dore video yet.
We can do that next time.
By the way, look at that! Look at how big this world is. Look at it.
Yeah, and if it's anything like Dark Souls, you can go to all.
Dude, it's not like Dark Souls. It's bigger.
Yeah, but one of the things that was cool about Dark Souls that if you saw something in the distance, you could probably go there. There wasn't much that was just, background art. There were usually places that you could actually go.
No, the places were fragmented in Dark Souls and all the other Souls games. This is not fragmented. This is actually very cool. Alright, so system... Alright, folks. Thank y'all for watching.
Good
Like
night,
and
you
subscribe.
internet degenerates.
Yes, look. And this is our character. Isn't he just spot on?
Yeah, you certainly got to face some other could love.
Actually, in my background, my mother has abandoned me, my character, because he's so ugly.
Yeah, makes sense.
Super ugly. Extremely ugly. Okay. Alright, so thank you all for watching. I haven't ended yet, so don't say anything that's incriminating. Like and subscribe.